So hello and welcome back to the channel. Today you join me for a first look at the brand new MAN Euro 6 for Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now we've been waiting quite a while for this truck. It has been in modded form for quite a long time, but now we finally got the SCS version, and doesn't it look absolutely superb? Just the detail and the quality of all the textures on this mod is absolutely insane. I mean, just look at it. It's getting close to reality now, this game. Just the lighting, all the shadows on it. I mean, just look at the reflections off this paint. And then the sharpness of the truck lines. It's really, really good. And I do think it's a very good looking truck. Possibly even better looking than a Scania. Not too sure what people will say to that, but I do really like MANs. If you watch the channel quite a lot, you'll know that. But on the inside, we have got the exclusive interior. All of them come with a pillow for some reason, and it just looks good, doesn't it? But in today's video, we're just going to take a first drive with the truck. The full review will be coming on Thursday, in Test Drive Thursday, but I just thought we'd have a quick drive of it today and see what it's like, so we can get a proper thoughts on it on Thursday. We have got some iron pipes on the back. We're going to go from, if the game loads properly, there we go. We're going to go from here, I'm not too sure how to say it, up to Tallinn, so it's 215 miles. Should be good for this truck. We have got the 6-speed auto today, as you can see down here. I love that, how you can switch out. You got the parking brake there as well. 520 horsepower. It does go up to 640, so it isn't the maximum power, but plenty really. If we just have a look at the displays, we've got the current speed, which is really useful. Apparently we can only do 500 miles, but I'm sure that'll increase when it works out the estimate properly. Then you got your fuel usage, temperatures, and then back around to the start. But if we turn the truck on now, sounds pretty good, doesn't it? It's not like a V8, Scania V8 or anything, but it really isn't too bad at all. So if we just push it into automatic 1, massive cabin, this is the XXL, and then we shall get going. But as you know, this 6-speed is really quick shifting. See, it's already in second gear. Just check how heavy this trailer is, so 12 tons, so yeah, fine for this truck. Not even a struggle. I just love how smooth these trucks are, and even from the first few meters, you can just tell already how smooth this is. Alright, might have some trouble getting out of here. Right after this police car, come on. The initial response there wasn't immediate. It took a few seconds and then all the power comes, but look at that. It really gets up to speed. So we are already, a bit of lag. So yeah, we're already at the speed limit, and we get a speeding ticket as the speed limit drops immediately. Yeah, that's good. I can't get the seating position right. I think I might need to go back and up a bit, maybe. That's a little bit better. As I said a few minutes ago, I really do like MAN trucks. If you're one of the really early subscribers, you'll be able to remember me doing a series driving around Iceland with pro mods in an MAN, doing all the roads around there. I think it was called Trucking on Ice, the series, and we took an old sort of generation MAN, and that was really nice to drive, super smooth and super linear power delivery as well. Oh, traffic lights are going to change, come on. I think oh no, we've got a ticket. 2 tickets. This is going well, isn't it? There is some lag I'm noticing. I'm not sure if that's to do with the game or my computer or this truck. I'm not too sure. but I've got no mods running on this profile. I've removed the winter mod because with version 1.34 it isn't working, so absolutely no mods running, so we should have no excuses. So I'm not too sure what's going on there, but at the minute we've got rock solid 60 FPS. It won't do any more than that because I've capped it for the video. Yeah, it should be doing alright. It's just the visibility of these trucks that I love the most. The windows are massive. I mean, if you remove the sun visor, it feels even bigger, but it is useful having that sun visor. Stops you getting blinded by the sun. The mirrors are massive as usual on MANs. They're useful for reversing and looking about, but they can be a little bit annoying at junctions, because on that side there is quite a bit of a blind spot. I don't think it's as bad as the previous generation because I've moved the mirrors sort of forward a bit. Oh, is it raining? Wipers have to be massive to cover the screen. But yeah, the visibility's alright. It's just all the windows I love. You got the window up the top as well, and on that side. It's just really, really good. Right, slow down. You can barely hear the engine though. It's part of the thing what I love about these MANs. They're not like a sort of, I don't know how to explain it. With a Scania V8 you get the sort of V8 grumble in the background. With this, once you get going and it settles down, you can barely hear it. It's sort of like a mix between the comfort of a Volvo and the sort of quietness of a Volvo, with the sort of power delivery and the performance of a Scania. So it's the best of both worlds really, and that's what I like about it. And with this new one, that has been maintained from the old generation, just even more refined now. And I do think it is a really good looking truck. I mean, look at that. And as I said, I do think it is probably better looking than the Scania. It just looks a lot more sharp and, I don't know, just modern. I'm not saying that the Scania is a bad looking truck, it's just, I don't know, there's something about this. It's really, really good looking. Right, let's jump in behind this van, I think. You've got the 520 horsepower to pull away. The indicators are quite quick now as well. Don't know if you've noticed that. On the previous generation they used to be quite slow. Oh, do we have to go this way? Well, they're all going that way, so yeah, I do think we have to go this way. So just watch our speed. That's one thing I don't like that I'm noticing straight away. I think this was on the old generation as well. The sort of font for the speedo and also the rev counter is really small. I mean, you'll get used to it and you'll sort of remember where the numbers are. But when you're first driving it, if you haven't got 400% scaling on, you might have a few issues. I mean, look at that, the pickup on this. Let's slow it back down to 20. That guy's waiting for me, I think. I'll just jump in behind the van. See if we get it. Look at the pickup on this. 30, 40, 45, 50. Really, really good. And it's got a trailer on the back as well. Alright, looks like we're turning right. That sat-nav is super tiny. I think that's just been brought straight across from the old shape. Well, no. Turning in here. Yeah, I'm not sure why they haven't put a bigger screen on it. And both interiors do come with a sat-nav as standard. With the old generation you had to upgrade to the exclusive or whatever they call it to get the sat-nav. Else you just get this sort of radio thing. But it's good how you get that as standard now, because if you're running on a budget or buying trucks for your fleet, You don't have to upgrade for the sat nav, because you never know. Sometimes you might want to jump into an AI truck and just switch it up every now and then. What's this going on here? Wow, this really flows. I mean, look at this road. I'm just flooring it now. We're doing 60, and it's just so light on its feet, this truck. I mean, we're doing 60 around this corner here, and it just holds on. As I said, it's like a Scania dynamically, but it's so much more refined, and I feel like it sort of keeps its momentum a lot better as well. We're doing 65 now down here. There's not too much body roll. And the engine, if you put it in 6th, again, you can barely hear it. It's just so good, this truck. It really, really is really impressive. Slow it down a bit here. A tighter bend. And it's also a good truck if you're doing sort of exploring, like I did with the Iceland videos, just because of the amount of windows. And if you sit here, most of it is glass. It's great. Right, where are we going? Slow it down to 50 here. Going through a town. I mean, you can barely hear the gear changes. You can go for manual if you want, but it is modelled for an automatic, as I've shown you. So I thought I'd play it realistic. I mean, 4th gear at 30 miles an hour, just below the eco zone. So it's still saying 419 miles, which isn't good at all. We've got the 6x4 chassis, I believe. We're currently averaging 84 litres every 100 mile, but we've only done 80 miles, so that'll still keep going down yet as it settles down. Not sure why it's raining. Seems like blue skies to me. I mean, that acceleration. You can go for the 640, as I said earlier, but this 520, I believe it's the D38 engine. It's got all the power that you need. I mean, we're up to 60. It doesn't hang about, this truck. And as I said, I mean, it turns in so well. Let's turn the wipers on the second mode. A little bit of a roundabout here. Yeah, we are getting some lag. I'm not sure if it's because it's raining or... but it is a bit weird. I don't usually get lag like this. Is he turning off? Yeah. I just think it's all the sort of contrasting black parts that I really like the where the badge is. That just looks really smart. You can get it in paint, but I really like the contrast between the black, especially if you go for a brighter colour like this almost turquoisey green colour. Around this roundabout here, it holds on pretty well. It is really impressive, this truck. I'm not sure of the price difference between this and a Scania V8. I suppose it's really irrelevant because most people at this point have got loads of money or have got like a cheat engine, sort of code put in their profile. So money isn't really a consideration anymore, but if I had to choose between this and a Scania V8, I'm really not sure what I'd go for, honestly. I think the V8 has got more character, so in engine terms. But this just seems like a better all-round truck to me. Let's just turn the lights on. It it just feels a little bit better, more refined, and a lot more smooth as well. The V8 is quite, it always feels responsive, if you see what I mean, which is good if you're on sort of roads like this. But most of the time you're on the sort of main roads, and you just want to cruise, and that's where this comes into its own, really. And it still can do these roads really well, as I've been showing you, and you can still go for that 640 if you want even more performance. But this just seems like a great choice. Probably the sweet spot in the range. I'm sort of reviewing it, aren't I? I'm in like Test Drive Thursday. I've got my Test Drive Thursday head on. But yeah, it's just the first drive. I think that's the lane sort of departure camera, I guess, or sensor. Bit of a shame that it's raining, but you can see all the rain animations now that they added in the previous version. Just put our foot down a bit. See what this thing can do. There's a massive rock there. I mean, look at this, 60 miles an hour around there. All speed cameras. Brakes are good. Got a little speed thing there. Yeah, the brakes don't mess about. It's just how quiet it is that I can't get over. Right, foot back down. Just feel that torque. From about 1500, that really picks up. Right, my foot is completely flat, so it changes up about 2100. I've got the gearbox in economy mode. I think if you've got it in performance mode, it'll hold onto the gears a bit longer. But I do like it in economy. It'll just change up as soon as it can. It's quite useful. Oh, it's just so flowing, this truck. The momentum it carries is so good. 65. Let's just turn the wipers off a bit. In fact, we'll put it on intermediate. Not sure if this is limited. I mean, it won't do any more than 66. 67. Oh, we got a speeding ticket. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. I feel like it's really sort of limiting the power now. Yeah, it's a bit unusual. We're still in 5th gear, still got 6th to go, and we're doing 120 or 75 miles an hour. Yeah, this really moves, right, almost 80 now. And it's so stable. There's hardly any wind noise. I don't feel like it's going to topple over like some of the other trucks I've been driving recently. Put it into 6th. And again, you can barely hear the engine, and we're going this quick. Got like a bend here as well. And it's just not messing about at all. It's really comfortable. Alright, we'll just pull in here. Again, the brakes work fairly well as well. And it just calms down. It's just amazing, this truck. The 2 characters that it has. Got another little roundabout here. It's better taking the corner like that. I'm noticing the indicators aren't cancelling very well. It's twice now that's happened in this video. There we go, it's cancelled properly that time. Not sure what was going on there. I just love this truck, I really do. I'm so glad that they've put it in, because the standard MAN by SCS, it does look a little bit sort of outdated now if we just go for an overtake. So that guy's going really slow. Yeah, some of the textures in there aren't very good, and the modelling's not the best, but now they've really sort of upped the game with this. I mean, even there are some parts that I think they've carried over from the standard truck in the game, like the sort of hazards and diff lock there. It is animated, which is good, but they are sort of slightly low textured. But other than that, they've done such a good job in here. Such a nice thing to drive. But as I said, the full review, going through all the customization, which I haven't done in this video, will go out on Thursday, so make sure you're subscribed and watching for that. And talking about subscribers, we have reached 2,000. I forgot to mention that at the start, but massive thanks for you. Well, thanks to you for that. We will be doing a subscriber convoy. I was planning on doing it this weekend. Depending on when you're watching this, if that makes sense or not. But hopefully, definitely next weekend, which will be the 16th or 17th. I need to decide yet, but we will be doing one. I probably won't do another cheap truck heavy trailer style convoy. I'll just do a standard one. That way more people can join it, and it's a lot easier to set up as well. So watch out for that. I try to do it at a time that'll suit as many people as possible, but you can't please everyone, which I've learnt. Right, let's turn left in here. It's quite a sharp bend. You have to put quite a lot of lock on to get it steering, I've noticed. But it turned that pretty well. Again, hardly any body roll, and it gets up to speed as well. High beam's quite bright. It's just so effortless, this. I think that's the best word to describe it. Bit of a weird junction. Right, where are we going? Let me go in here. But I'm not sure if you can actually order this with a manual gearbox in real life, or if it's just all auto now. I'm pretty sure with the new Scania it's auto only, and the new DAF. Not sure about this. Might check that up if I have time. Oh, look at that train, freight train. Almost same colour as this. I mean, look at this in the rain. The colour in this looks so good. It's just the front that I really like. The headlights with the sort of daytime running lights at the bottom. It's really well done. We're going to have to test the turning circle here with the 6x4, which usually has the worst turning circle. But you can actually order this with a 8x4 as standard with SCS, which is nice. But I don't usually use the 8x4s. That's not a very good reverse at all. That's terrible. Another train. Looks like a passenger train this time. That's probably even worse. Straighten it up a little bit. Right, that'll do. Parking brake on and engine off. Look at the red dials. So nice. Well, apparently that's not in. That was a bit of a fail. There we go. So let's unload that. Look at the colour. Excellent. Okay then, so there we go. If you enjoyed that video, please do give me a like, subscribe for more, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.